Mean by God, Gene. Woo! Welcome to another edition of the greatest. You know what? I'm not even gonna start it that way. I'm gonna do it this way. Whether you like it or not, welcome to the greatest fictitious college football show in the land. We not kid stealing. We not wheeling dealing. We not jet flying son of a guns. But what we are is the greatest fictitious college football show in the land. And I'm gonna give you two claps and a Ric Flair. Woo! That's how we starting today's show off. So, ladies and gentlemen, we just to get the gridiron started, first and foremost, we are sorry for last week because last week we had some scheduling conflicts. So, unfortunately for you, the fans, you missed a whole lot of content. We are already on season 3, season 3, week 3. Week 10 of the league because we move so fast when we accelerate the leagues. So this episode is going to basically catch you up to where we are now because we're already getting ready to go into bowl season. We're already about to have the playoffs. So we apologize in advance for the delays and everything, but we're going to get you updated. We can get you caught up, and we're going to get you put in place so you can see the things that are going on in this great league that we operate on the PlayStation 5. And like I always tell people, if you want to join this league, if you want the smoke, we got the cigar and we got the lighter. KG, how you feeling, baby?
Oh, I'm here. I'm here. This has been fast moving, and this is where we want to be.
So let me take a step back because in the midst of me being hyped because we're back again, I forgot some things. This is the Sideline Junkies Network, part of the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network. This is the show called The Gridiron. I'm your host, the Midnight Rider. My super duper producer is the big guy KG. Now I guess we can carry on with the normal things. And the normal things start with some controversy. We got some rocky roads in the Rockies. Coach Xavier, head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes, has been put on suspension by the NCAA. This is the first time the NCAA has had to institute some rules and actually have some teeth in these rules. And the coach is suspended for 2 games.
2 games.
2 games. Some academic failures or infringements, however you want to call it. So he has to get himself together. Hopefully this is taken as something to get better about and not something that we're going to pot about and become something that lingers throughout the league. But the great thing is, the league took fast and prudent opportunities to issue justice, and hopefully the kid just learns from the situation. So that's where we are right there when it comes to the Colorado Buffaloes. Anything you want to add to that?
Well, I was able to get him on the phone, and we talked about the suspension, what happened, what transpired. It was academic improprieties that happened. And it's one of those things where these things happen, but a player taking midterms and he wasn't supposed to play. It was a group of them. They weren't supposed to play because they skipped out on the midterms and coach overlooked it. So you had to suffer the consequences.
Got you so much on that one. It makes all the sense in the world. Where do you want to
coach of Maryland? And it's great that he showed up because he can give us more insight on this.
Oh,
We
go
had a
ahead.
show. And good morning to Coach BJ. Penn State versus Maryland showdown was while we were off. And I'll say this. Do I still got it?
26-14?
Yeah, but I think hold on. Is this it?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I gotta give him props. Play that Maryland fight song, baby.
You know why I know the Maryland fight song?
You
I
ain't even
know it
gotta play that.
because where was I at? I was at an event and Maryland was playing somebody, and maybe it was MCI. That's what it was. It was MCI, but it was the what's that local tournament that they used to have back in the day?
The BB&T Classic.
BB&T. I somehow I got tickets for the BB&T, so I heard the whole Maryland theme song because they play it when they run off the court, and then when they come back on the court, and then Gary walks out, or Gary used to walk out after them. That's when I heard it. Sorry.
I heard it because I used to play, what was that, NCAA basketball 2001. And I used to run with Maryland on that game. And so I knew it all the way straight up and down. But Coach BJ, how you feeling?
I'm doing good, fellas. How about y'all?
Yeah, we good, man. We just out here trying to catch up. I mean, it's amazing how fast this league works and moves in a short period of time. Like we missed one show, but we mixed like 10 weeks of content or 8 weeks of content.
Yeah, I mean that's the goal of the league, man. Everybody's having fun. Everybody's playing their games, and there's a reason why it's only certain people in this league because that's how we want to move. We don't want no bitching, no whining, no complaining. We play our computer games. We have things tuned so the computer's a bit more competitive, and I think you see that in the scores. Um, it's not quite the distance from the CPU games as it usually is. They can
Right.
get the distance, but you can see that it's been tuned a little bit, and I think it needs to be tuned a tad bit more. So yeah, man, we having fun, man. We're gonna keep this rolling as long as everybody is having fun. We're good. We would love some more players, but we're selective on who comes.
And part of the reason is because we want to post every game. We want to have every game on the YouTube channel. We want to make sure that everybody can see the game, so that way you're not quitting and then starting the game over or anything like that. You gotta live with the result. If you play the game, that game is the game you're playing, and that gives a certain amount of just being on the same level with everybody else when it comes to the league, if that makes sense. And I
And,
think that's what you guys are looking for, right?
and absolutely, and then here's the crazy thing. The coach from Michigan says it all the time. You can come in here and play the computer, and you can have your two or three plays that, 3, 4, 5 plays, these money plays. When you play human,
Right.
that isn't going to be non-existent, especially the humans here. When you play human, you might as well go ahead and pack those plays up, set them to the side, fold them up 3, 4 times, get rid of them,
Mm-hmm.
because the human play here is next level, and you
And
see
let's,
what.
let's 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 jump on that because I mean you guys, like I always talk about it, and B um we got a after hours special that caters to this. But we talk about identity, we talk about types, right?
Absolutely.
And one thing that we always do is we always operate inside our identities and our types. And when it comes to this league, I love the league, even as a casual, even as a person that watches, because I see the identities and the types and the teams. Like I know what I'm like when Notre Dame pops up on my screen, I know what I'm getting from Notre Dame. When I see Alabama, the helicopter riding, the jet set flying, riding, son of a gun. I know what I'm gonna get. When I see, even though he's on suspension right now, but when I see X, I know what I'm gonna get. Darnell, know what I'm getting. I know what I'm getting. I mean, like when I watch the games, I think that's the part for me that is so beautiful being an outsider is I know what I'm getting just by when I see the YouTube channel and the person's name on the screen. Does that make sense?
No, absolutely. Absolutely, it does. Everybody has their type and style, and then sometimes that's the flaw. Also, you get to that
Right.
where you're stubborn and you can't get out of what you need to do. Like myself, I'm passing the ball 80% of the time. The whole league knows that, but there are times where the run is open and I'm not going to that because I'm so set on I'm going to pass this ball. And the first they have opportunities where I'm watching their games and I'm like, oh, they need to switch to a pass. That cornerback can't check their receiver. That's a shoot down the sideline, and they come out and run the ball. And
Right.
it's a big game of chess. That's all it is. It's a huge game of chess, and just making the right moves at the right time. And you see it every game.
And that's the beauty of the YouTube version of this is the reason we're not posting. You guys aren't posting the games like for a scouting thing. It's so everybody sees what everybody's doing because now you can take like a piece of this from somebody else that you're not doing. You can take this from somebody else because you're not using it, and actually it makes you better as a player. It's like you're enhancing the gameplay as opposed to um taken away from the gameplay because all right, I know that it's 3rd and 5, and B gonna run um 3 wide, half back flat, blah 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 blah. That's not what it's about. What it's about is the fact that all right, this is what he does and this works. Maybe I need to use that some in what I'm doing. And that's also a thing of where the coaches got to evolve or figure their things out. If that makes sense. Hello.
Uh, we talked about something that we missed. I
Oh
don't think we talked about this. Did we talk about Oregon scoring 100 points in the game?
no, we didn't.
Whew. I think this was what, week 5. This is about 5 weeks ago. Oregon scored 100 points in the game. It got to be too easy.
But with Oregon, like they're a machine, and they're so cocky and arrogant, and I don't mean this in a bad way. They will rush 6, play man behind, or play a cover one robber system, whatever they'll do, just because they know their front 6 or front 5 is more dominant than yours. Like they are so cool with being who they are. And that's the thing I love about this league. Like there are coaches that they got their thing. And it's like, stop me. They're not changing who they are. We're not adapting to nothing. We are going to be who we're going to be because that's who we are. And let's go to this Penn State Maryland challenge because this is a game that um I didn't see live, but looking back at it, Penn State wins 26-14. This is really the first time that what is the username? I'm missing the username. The guy that just became Penn State.
Angry Giant.
Angry Giants used to be Miami. He got a little conference play. He got some a little user play. Looks like he shined in this moment. Um, looks like they shut down Maryland until the second half. Maryland got 2 good drives at the end. But if you want, Coach B, talk me through this ball game.
This is a game where um, he came out and he established what he wanted to do
Gotcha.
early, right? And he kind of rattled and took away some things I wanted to do. And I don't know if anybody knows this, or if you don't know this, I'm gonna let you know. when you're on the road in NCAA 25, the crowd plays a huge factor. In Penn State, I believe his school at home is still probably top four, top three,
Right.
where you're playing him. His crowd noise has that effect. So my QB and my wide receivers were cold most of the game, and as a passer, that's detrimental because there were passes where um, I had a lot of drops. I had a lot of things touch people's hands that they were cold. They wouldn't catch it. Routes ran wrong early, late, however you wanted to come. Penn State disrupted Maryland's timing, offense, and the only reason why I was able to get it back late is because the game was in hand and all that kind of like died down. So, as a coach of Maryland and seeing that, you have to go back to the drawing board and figure some things out. And I give it to Penn State, man. Penn State came out, did what they wanted to do. They made some big plays, a huge play where me and him went one-on-one on a deep pass he had, and he won the jump ball. Me trying to, and that's the unfortunate, that's the downside of being aggressive, trying to get the ball. Could have swallowed it away probably, but trying to get that ball at the end of the half, that's where you got to know your situations, and that's something we've been trying to teach Coach Xavier, know your situations. That was the end of the half. I should have swatted that ball down instead of going for it, and it cost me a touchdown. So shout out to Penn State. They did what they wanted to do 95% of the game, and they took the W, and they'll be fighting probably more than likely for a Big Ten championship.
You know what's crazy is when I watch you play, and I'm gonna single you out for this, is I don't understand how you catch or you have so many user interceptions. And you're probably the one reason why I don't want to play this game, because if you can do what you're doing on a user level to intercept passes, I know I'm gonna throw my controller and against the wall and break it.
Well, you gotta realize this. Now, I've been playing this game for a long time, so me being an offensive guy, when I see you come out in your formation, I have an idea where you want to go. I have an idea where you want to go. So I'm going to show you. I want to show you, and a lot of times this look, Maryland just dropped the game to Iowa,
right?
And this bit me in the right in the ass a couple times trying to get them baited to throw where I wanted them to throw it, and they threw it, and I was 2 steps out of position. But the whole goal is to make you think something's open, and me having enough time to get there. And then some of it is just I can get switched to the cornerback or wherever you're throwing it to, and I can make up that ground or jump it. And if you're throwing it that way and I don't jump it, that's probably a completed pass. If you're throwing what you're throwing and I don't take user control, the computer's probably not going to intercept that ball. So it's just a timing thing. It's a bait and switch thing. Hey, the middle of the field's open. Go ahead, throw it to the middle of the field. Oh, I got you. The middle field wasn't open. The sideline wasn't open. It's
amazing.
It's a Houdini thing.
No, I totally agree. I totally agree, and it's amazing to me. Like when I watch you play, because I watched the last game you played, and I was like, "Yo, this dude is just everywhere." I would probably just, I would probably just get frustrated and like not want to play you ever again because it looks like the pass is open and the pass should be open. And somehow you're making this great play on the ball. And it's, but I'm going to get off of that.
Welcome to the last 30 years of my life.
Oh, okay. So that's the funny part, because if my, one of my boys, if he was here, active in the stream, like UNB and me and him have the same relationship. Like, he would be you, I would be B. I'm the offensive guy. Like, I know how to get players open and like design my offense. and I'm not going to stick too long in this because we need to move on. But um, yeah, and that's when I see. That's why I love watching B play because like I can see the design. I know what it's funny because sometimes I know what B's going to run before B runs the play
And
because
that's
we're
Matty
so.
Ice staying looking good with the Caps hat on.
Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, I had to represent today because we took a L last night. So let's go, baby. All right, where else we want to go? Let's go top 25.
Top 25. Let's pull that up.
Maryland, I had to say this, man. We dropped the game to Iowa last week, and that was a huge loss.
Was it in
So
Iowa?
yeah, it was in Iowa. I don't have any more home games.
All right, so let's not. You know what? You ain't got to even explain it no more because Iowa and Purdue are two places that if you go there, and I'm speaking on this from my knowledge of playing
No, hold on. Was it in
NCAA
Iowa?
football back in the day.
Let me
Like there
double
was
check. That might have
always
been
a
in
time,
College Park.
huh?
Let me double check real quick. That might have been in College Park. I might have dropped that in College Park.
Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. We don't need the accuracy right now. All I'm saying is like there are certain schools, and there's the reason I'm saying it this way. Like certain schools, when you go to that place, you go to Virginia Tech and Sandman drops. I never forget it. 2 years ago or 3 years ago, when Sandman hit and North Carolina was playing Virginia Tech live the opening week of the season, when that Sandman hit, I knew Virginia Tech was winning that ball game. And I think this game does a great job of personifying that home field advantage. So if you lost that hour, I ain't even mad at you because I get it. I understand it. But let's talk about the teams that are in the top 25. It looks like number 1 is Alabama. 2 is Oregon, user team. 3, Texas, user team. 4 is Michigan, user team. 7 is Penn State, user team. 13 is Notre Dame, user team. Maryland at 15, user team. And
And
that's it.
just an FYI, Maryland did drop that in College Park, and the
Okay.
Maryland coach isn't making excuses. The Maryland coach was extremely sick that game, and yeah, we were fighting some demons that game, but I would snug that from me in College Park, and that shit just ruined my whole season. Now I got a big game next game. Big game next game. Y'all know who I play next game?
Oregon.
Michigan.
Oh, here we go. That's what I like right there.
Michigan in the big house. I don't have any more home games after this. After that hour game, I'm on the road the rest of the season.
You
I don't
know
know.
what? You
We're
know
gonna
what
have
would
to
be
talk
great?
to the AD.
It would be great if we got Kent State. Just go ahead and just like knuckle up and just jump in and have some fun with us.
Hey, look, that would be great. That would be great. You might. I got to reach out to the. We're advancing at 1 p.m. If anybody's in the league that's listening to the show, we are advancing 1 p.m. on the dot. You might get Maryland, Michigan today, depending on what his schedule is. So, just that's a big game. He's undefeated. I'm Maryland. The Terrapins are clawing for their life. We need this game to stay alive to try to make the playoffs.
And how many guys we got in here? What we got? 9?
Yeah, I think it's something like that.
I thought it
You
was
got
8.
Alabama, Oregon, Texas, Michigan, Maryland, Notre Dame, Penn
Penn
State,
State,
Colorado.
Colorado. That's 8.
That's it. That's it. That is it.
Yeah. And whenever Miss Mabel buy me this PlayStation, we good. You got enough.
Miss Mabel said you got to put the gravy on the big toe.
Ah, that's a whole nother joke. Yo, I hate you, B.
The gravy with
Oh,
the giblets in it.
oh my god. I'm not even touching this joke no more. All right, playoff picture. All right, here we are. Just for folks that don't get the playoff picture and those that don't understand. So in the NCAA, this new 12 team conference system is set up where the top 4 teams that are winners of their conference, in spite of their ranking in the top 25, they're 1 through 4. So you got Alabama, Clemson, Oregon, UNLV. I don't know what conference UNLV is in, but they're the 4th seed. At 12, we got Ohio. 5, we got Texas. We got Georgia against Penn State. We got Texas Tech versus Michigan. South Carolina versus UCF. And this again is a projection, so let's not start sending out messages and making people understand that we're being shorted. We're not, because we're week 11 of the season. So this is where we are at this point in time. This isn't the final projection or the final thing that we're going to deal with going forward.
Isn't UNLV in the Mountain West?
Nah, you gotta at this point, because you guys are 3 years in. There's no telling what conference UNLV is in right now. UNLV might be in the Big 12.
UNLV is in the Mountain West. We haven't changed the conferences.
Yeah, the humans are only one. I can adjust the conferences. So whatever it started out at, that's what they are. So these are the real up to date conferences as the season started year 1. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out how they got an automatic bid out the Mountain West.
Yeah, because I was all about conference realignment and realigning the conferences and making it a little bit more even. And I was vetoed vehemently by somebody on this panel that's not BJ.
I'm trying to figure out why Notre Dame's scared to join the SEC.
What do I look like joining the SEC? So you want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. What do I look like joining the SEC?
We're trying to make the conferences even, so that we could put 2. We could put you and Xavier in the SEC, and Xavier could even upgrade his team if he wanted to. So it'd be 4 users in the SEC, 4 users in the Big 10, and then we can put the gloves on all year and fight each other to the death.
I get
somebody said you don't want to smoke. That's what I heard.
No.
That's what I heard.
But what you're doing is you're destroying. That would destroy the integrity of the great fine institution of the Notre Dame University.
Well, right now we are in a situation where, and right now we only got 8. If we had 15, 20, it wouldn't be a big issue because you would have probably 5 or 6 users in the Big 10, 5 or 6 users in the SEC. But right now we're just trying to get things on a level playing field so that you're not playing the computer as much. Now, NCAA did.
So if I'm loosely translating this, somebody says, you gotta either step up or step out. You gotta.
Oh no, he got the Sammy. You ain't got to translate it. He got the Sammy Davis Jr. tap shoes on. They signed up, and he got the top hat on with the cane, and he keeps tapping out of the picture.
Oh, I know how to do this because I love this clip. He's trying to shaboing boing boing
right out of here, right out of the picture.
Oh,
now, but seriously, we're just trying to even things up. So EA put out a title update for NCAA. They said they fixed the scheduling issue. So I'm hoping at the start of the next season, there will be at least 3 or 4 user games. Everybody's going to play everybody because we're going to make up, if we can, we're going to make up for this. And you're going to have everybody. Everybody that's not in your conference, they're going to be on your schedule.
Ooh.
That's the goal.
That's no problem with that. You got to remember, I'm the first one that asked for the smoke. Since you're saying I don't want the smoke,
Nah,
Ain't no
not
nah.
Baby John Thompson.
Ain't no nah. I was the first one to ask for the smoke. I was like, hey, give me Michigan, give me Alabama, give me Maryland. Even though I got Colorado, Maryland, and Alabama in a season and still made the playoff.
You sure about that, Baby John Thompson?
I did this season. I didn't even schedule no. I planned to play week 0. I don't like playing week 0. I don't like being the prime time game.
The only
I mean,
the only reason
we
why
just
you had to
asking
play week
questions,
0
John
is
Thompson
because
Jr.
it is
First
because
game of the season.
you,
That's
you
trying
know
to
what
trying to
happened
get his
though.
name out there.
The schedule locked, and we couldn't move anything.
Right.
So, like I said, we can fix it. If it's back to what it was, it's gonna be some haymakers thrown.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this little bit of breaking news. Don't know because this is the last year of my contract at Notre Dame, and I've been contacted by the University of Tennessee. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but I've been contacted by the University of Tennessee. If
What
the
they
Reckless
look
money,
speculation.
what they looking for, a custodian?
Reckless speculation.
if the money is right, I could be your next head coach at Tennessee.
Oh, we being reckless? Oh shit! Let's go, baby. Sorry, I wasn't supposed to have that reaction. All right, so what we got next, man? Because now the big guy is out here, um, yeah, recklessly speculating and
Oh,
having
it's
things.
not
Oh,
reckless
the Heisman.
anything.
Oh, I do want to let the league know that the coach of Maryland has filed an appeal to the gentleman at Colorado's suspension. So
Ah,
we are trying to work something out and
mm,
trying to see if we can do an in-house suspension and have him
gotcha.
still running things in Colorado. So we are filing that appeal today. We should know something by this will be a quick turnaround appeal. We should know something by 1 p.m.
And this Heisman race, good God, it looks like every user is involved. Oregon, Raquel, Relique, Brown, running back. God, I gotta take my glasses off to see this. Nope, never mind. Don't do that. Yeah. Excuse me. The top 2 players are Oregon players. The next 2 are Alabama, and the next is Michigan. This is crazy. Like we're jumping every aspect of the thing, and maybe that's what's supposed to happen, but we're user heavy in the top 25. We're user heavy in the top of the Heisman and all these things. That just speaks on you guys as players and being great players in this league.
I'll say this: you looking at you think about the last 2 seasons when it come to down the Heisman Trophy. Michigan had a Heisman Trophy winner 2 years in a row,
Cole Cabana.
and Donovan Edwards first
Yep.
season. So
Yep.
you had 2 Heisman winners coming out of Michigan. Now, Oregon's not a passing team. I mean, I'm sorry, Oregon's not a running team. Oregon's a passing team.
Right.
And you're talking about this cat had 19 carries against Nebraska. Now, this was a 48-0 win. 19 carries, 135, 7.1 yards per rush, and 2 rushing touchdowns. Jeez, man.
Yeah. No, it's
Jeez.
all good. I get what you're saying, man. Like things are just happening right now in this league, and that's the great thing. Um, Anything else we got, because we running up against it.
Well, let's break it down real quick. Since we got the coach of Maryland here, let's break it down. We got upcoming Maryland going to the big house, as we talked about. If we had to do an over-under, I say the over under is 63.
63
Maryland,
what?
Nah. You going too hard.
what?
You do a over. If we're talking about Maryland versus Michigan, the over under would be like 52.5. And
Really?
you probably yeah, because it's Vegas. We gotta make money,
Man,
KG. You trying to like 69 is not a number we ever operating under. We operating under like 52.5. Who's the home team? Maryland or Michigan?
Michigan.
Michigan.
So we probably giving what's since Maryland's got 2 losses, we're gonna make Michigan a favorite. We're gonna make Michigan a favorite by 4.5.
But see,
Um,
that's why you can't make Michigan a favorite because last time they played,
I'm
Maryland
not
got
worried
the
about the
best of
last time
Michigan.
they played.
Maryland has
Maryland's
Michigan's
coming
number
in
right
9-2. Come on, let's go. Let's go with this argument. You know what I'm
Maryland
saying?
has Michigan's number, and I'm gonna say this with Maryland sitting there. They walked into that game last year. They walked in as a little baby house turtle. They walked out the big ass tortoise that you see at the National Zoo, and then
Oh,
they had these drag marks as they were walking because their grapefruits are so big.
okay, but all I'm saying is if we're Vegas, Vegas is gonna say, being true to form for Vegas, is Michigan is gonna be a 4.5 point favorite. The line's gonna be probably like 52.5 because we gotta make you bet the line up. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Well, let me say this before we get out of here. So Maryland bringing the kitchen sink because this is a must win for us. Trying to keep our playoff hopes alive, trying to keep our season alive. And we've seen teams make the playoffs with 4 losses, 3 losses. We're trying to control our own destiny as much as possible. This is an OG matchup. We've been playing this for 20 years, so I already know what Michigan's going to be ready to roll. In at home, there might be a 7 point. That might be a 7 point favorite at home. Maryland did clip them in the regular season last year at College Park. Michigan took the matchup. Was that the Peach Bowl? I think it was. Might have been the
Yep.
Peach Bowl. Maryland, Michigan took that in the Peach Bowl. So yeah, man, great matchup. I'm looking forward to playing them. We'll be ready. I know he's gonna be ready, and it's gonna be a great game, man. I know he be sipping something. I'm gonna have something to sip, and it's gonna be a war. We're gonna trade paint.
Yo, what you sipping, BJ? I mean, no way getting off of this. But
No, 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 no. Right now, I made the mistake and picked up some Scotch whiskey, which tastes. When I tell you this right here is
Uh-huh.
some type of strong. Yeah, this is
What's
probably
what's the label?
it's Grainstone Highland single malt Scotch whiskey.
Uh, you good. You in good places.
Yeah, so yeah,
Single
it's a
malt. When you say single malt, that takes everything out of the equation.
yeah, it might be a little bit too strong for me. You know what I'm saying? That thing.
Hey, it's all
We might have to
good.
go back to the drawing board with that. But we'll be sipping a little bit of that. Get
See,
us right. Get our nerves calmed down.
two things.
What?
Only the first thing, the strongest thing I'm drinking today is some Kool-Aid with some extra sugar. I want to taste the diabetes. Number two, only thing that would make this game better is if it was OG on the big screen in the living room like it used to
Right,
be.
right. You know, that's the funny thing because, like, when I watch, and actually, I gotta reach out to my guys because I need to see if they want to get into this league because you guys have that natural affiliation where you know what the other guy is. You know what I'm saying? So like KG playing BJ, like there's 30 years of this arrangement. So you're not playing not knowing what the other guy likes. You know what I'm saying? You got to figure out. You got to coach. You got to coach it up. Um, when BJ's playing Jimmy, mentor versus student, these type of things. And when I think about back in our day, because I'm separate from you guys in this regard, and I think about like me playing against my boy Thomas, and I am more like BJ. We're going to spread you out. We're going to attack you. We're going to use motion. We're going to do different things to get our offense going. And then I'm playing the guy that he wants to be ball control. He wants to set everything up. He wants to shorten the game as much as you can. And then my other boy, Kel, who was like, all right, we're going to blitz you from so many positions that you don't know who's blitzing. You don't know who's sitting back. If you hit the blitz, you win. But if you don't, you lose. And like, that's what I see in this league. And that's why I'm always intrigued about the matchups that you guys go through, is because you guys are the physical embodiment of what I lived out in the 90s when I was hanging out with my boys. And that's why I love doing this show, is because I get to live vicariously through you guys as you guys talk about your matchups. And I say that in a long way to say the Gridiron is dope. If you want to join the Gridiron, if you want the smoke, we got the lighter and the cigar. All you got to do is jump in. 2 feet, 1 foot, 1.5 foot. I don't know what your foot situation is. We can make it happen. Anything else from you fellas?
I don't have anything else.
KG? Okay, he ain't got nothing else too. So for the greatest fictitious,
I'm sorry, I was on mute. I apologize.
I know. You mute at least once a show, every show.
But now I broke my news. I said what I had to say, and I'm just looking forward to at least, making a bowl game, and we'll see what Notre Dame offers up.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, season 3, week 11. This is where we are. It's the greatest fictitious sports show in all the land. College game day. Y'all can do y'all thing, but we here. We hunting. We taking viewers. For those that don't know and want to know, I already told you. If you want the smoke, we got the cigar and the lighter. Anything else, it's possible. We getting about to get out of here. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for being here. Greatest sports show ever. The Gridiron. Good night. God bless.